Have you ever received your credit card statement and the minimum payment is only like what, $60, $40, or sometimes even $20? Now, it feels kind of relieving and sometimes manageable because you owe so much, but you don't really have to pay so much every single month. But what most families do not realize is that this minimum payment is meant to actually keep you in debt longer. So it is not a relief. It is not meant to be a relief. It's actually meant to keep you in debt longer. So stay tuned as we discover what this minimum payment is all about and how you can avoid being trapped in it. Welcome back to Family Finance Made Easy podcast, the podcast where we are breaking down money topics into simple, practical ways that every family can use. I am your host. My name is Patience Now Odarkai Adjei, a financial professional here to help you make some smart financial decisions. Now, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to the Family Finance Made Easy, whereby I bring you financial education and a lot that you can learn about finances and financial freedom. But in today's episode, we are continuing the credit card series where we are learning so much about credit cards and how you can avoid being in debt longer. But in today's episode, we are looking at minimum payment. Let's get started. Now, what exactly is this minimum payment all about? Now, the minimum payment is actually the smallest amount the credit card company requires you to pay to keep your account current. Now, it sounds harmless, right? But the truth is this minimum payment is not meant to keep you debt-free, but rather meant to keep you in debt longer. It's all strategy. You just need to know the difference and know how to manage your finance. Now, let me tell you why the banks love for you to keep paying minimum payments. Now, this minimum payment is meant to keep you in debt longer. Basically, it's meant to keep the interest flowing over and over again. One thing you have to understand is that the banks makes money of interest. And so when you're doing your minimum payment, one, it keeps your balance on for longer. Two, interest keep building. And three, debts last longer. And so definitely they are going to make more money off you if you keep paying minimum payments. And so the banks actually do not mind at all if you choose to make minimum payments on your credit card. Now, let me tell you, sometimes paying minimum payments creates a false psychological progress, making you feel like at least I'm making my payments. But what you don't realize is that you are making your payments, but not all the payments are going towards your actual balance that you owe. Most of them will be going towards interest, and more interest is going to keep coming on the amount that you owe. So you are mostly feeding interest and not freedom. And the goal is actually to be financially free, not to feed interest. All right. So one thing that I want you to keep in mind is that credit card interest compounds, meaning that whatever you owe, you are also going to pay interest on what you owe, and you're going to pay interest on the interest that you got on what you owe. So let's say you owe like $1,000 and every month you are paying interest of, let's say, $100. Now, you are going to pay interest on the $1,000. You are also going to pay interest on the $100 interest that you gain on that $1,000. In other words, if your minimum payment is only $50, you are not tackling that $1,000 you owe at all. You are actually paying $50 and it's going towards the interest of $100 that you are getting. And eventually it increases because you are going to be paying interest on your $1,000 that you owe and every interest that you gain on the account. Now, the truth of the matter is, most families do not go into debt overnight. This progresses. Most of the time, it starts with, emergency happening and you need to rely on the credit card, vacation, credit card, and, sometimes holidays, then they rely on the credit cards, overspending, and sometimes the rising cost of living. And so these are things that put people into debt. It doesn't just come overnight. And so when you have so much debt in all these emergencies that come, it forces you to rely on the minimum payment. But the truth of the matter is, relying on the minimum payment also means that it's keeping you in debt longer. Years pass by and you still owe so much that you need to pay off. Now, here are some signs that will tell you that you're actually trapped into credit card debt. First, you can see that your balances never change, even though you are making payment month to month. Secondly, while you're trying to tackle paying off the balance, you are actually also making additional purchases. And then third, you know that you are trapped when you are actually using multiple cards, and then some of them are having late payments, and then some of them you are not able to pay it off, and so multiple cards are yielding extra interest. And then you are actually stressed every time you have to look at your balance because it's not changing. That is when you are going to actually know that you are actually trapped into this minimum payment issue. So now let me tell you, there is a good news. You don't have to be trapped forever. You can actually get out of this trap. First things you need to do is that stop adding more debt to it. While you are paying off the balance, stop adding more debt. Secondly, you need to pay more than the minimum payment. Just paying the minimum payment is going to keep you in debt longer, and you are actually not tackling the actual balance at all. So please stop paying minimum payment and actually pay more than that. Add extra payment to that. Also, focus aggressively on one balance at a time. You may have multiple credit cards. You can pay minimum on all of them, but leave one that you are aggressively trying to get rid of. And so you're going to try to tackle the balances one at a time, and eventually you're going to be able to pay them all off. Also, you need to set a family budget. This is one thing that most people are not looking at all. Please, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, because I will be talking about budgeting and how to actually make family budgets. Okay, so subscribe to the channel. So please understand that minimum payment is meant to keep people comfortable in debt, to stay in debt longer. But I hope this video is going to help you out so that you stay out of debt rather than actually stay in debt. Channel your money towards getting rid of your debt versus just staying comfortable into paying minimum payments. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. My name once again is Patience Na Odarkai Adjei, a financial professional here to help you make some smart financial decisions. Now, if you like this video, please like, comment, and share. Put your questions in the comment section and I will answer you. Thank you so much. And until the next episode, please do not, never pay minimum payments on your credit cards.